Hello! I'm going to get right into the action today. Welcome to episode 9. I'm going to have a busy day. First, I'm going to make a new bulk storage system somewhere around the area, probably over there. Then, I'm going to make a sheep farm. Then, I'm going to make an iron farm. Then, I'm going to make a sugarcane farm. And finally, to top off the day, I'm going to make a massive gold NXP farm. So let's get into it. Alright, so as mentioned, the first item on the agenda is the storage system. Because this teeny little storage room that I built in episode 2, it simply will not last. It is a mess, it is full, and if we head upstairs, my room is crowded with chests everywhere because I did not have room for all of this terracotta. It's unbelievable. I need more space. So the storage room I'm building today is primarily going to be bulk storage, so stuff like my terracotta, or I've got lots of stones and stuff down there. And I'll keep most of the smaller items in my house because those are within reach. Because eventually, when I get my mega base done, my storage system is going to be part of it, so I don't really want to make 2 storage systems if you're catching my drift. So yeah, that's the plan. But in order to build the storage system, I need to get some blocks together, because the 3 main components of the build I have prepared are deep slate, blackstone, and crimson wood. No, warped wood. And I have 1 of those 3 things. I've got lots of deep slate. What I do not have lots of is blackstone. I think. Okay, I lied. I have lots of blackstone. So 2 things. But what I do not have, definitely, is any warped wood. So that is the next step. And I've heard that warped wood is the least fun thing to gather. And thinking about my nether, I can't think of where a warped forest even is. So, great start to today. I'm gonna go into the nether and see what I can find. Oh, and I also need the blue nether wart stuff that the trees are made of, but it's all the same place, so nice and easy. Something feels slightly off about this warped forest, but I just can't place my finger on it. This looks better. Chop, 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 chop. Oh, no chop. Chop, 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 chop. Alright, in this chest is probably all the materials I'm going to need. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but it looks good to me right now, so I'm going to trust my gut. And I'm going to start building. I have picked out this area down here. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to be part of my mountain, because as I mentioned, I'm going to be thinning it all out to water level, just like I did around the mesa side. But if you look at the coordinates, this is actually like 15 blocks above the water. So it's quite high up. So if anything, I'm probably going to cut it down like to this river and a little tighter there. So this little platform here is staying. And it's the biggest open space available on my mountain for this build. There is a spot up there by the nether portal that's decently flat, and it would take a bit of rounding out, but not too bad. But I figured I'd spread my way down here. So that is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it in time-lapse form, because I've got a lot to do this episode, and that is the quickest way. So, enjoy the time-lapse. Alright, so my storage system is now complete. bar the storage part of it. But, that's okay. That's a problem for next episode, I think. Just wanted to get the basic foundation of it down. And I also wanted to see if it would look good if I put little lanterns on these overhangs on either side. And I reckon, yes, it would. So I'm going to do that super quick. Okay, so lanterns in place. And I think I'm happy with the build. It's not the coolest thing you'll ever see, but it's not terrible, you know. It does the job. It's kind of like a bunker style. I don't know. I played around in Ancestral for quite a while, and this is like my third different attempt, and I ended up settling with this one because I think it works out, and it uses some cool blocks, so I wanted to give it a try. But, anyways, now that we have that done, I can actually get started on a sheep farm, which is the next item on today's agenda. And according to the tutorial of a wonderful man and or woman named Oink Oink, these are the items that I'm going to need. And I don't think I have really any of them. So, I'm going to need a second to get those things together. And this is a little embarrassing, but I'm going to need to steal from my tiny little beacon, because I do not have enough iron to get all these hoppers in my car set. Hello, sir. You are coming awfully close. Yeah. Better run. Anyways, yeah, I'm stealing the iron from my beacon, so. And even more embarrassingly, it's still not enough, so I'm having to go out and mine for even more iron. This is way harder than it needs to be. Okay, now that I finished mining for iron and redstone, because I didn't have that either, these two chests contain everything that I'm going to need. It's really annoying that stuff like minecarts with hoppers and shears do not stack. But I got a color variation of every type of glass, so I can make it a little bit more pretty than the tutorial did. And 16 of everything else, except for chests, because I'm going to go with double chests. So yeah, that's everything I need. I don't have any shulker boxes, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to make a couple trips here and back, I think, but well, that shouldn't be that big of a deal. I'm going to be building these farms of this episode a fair ways away from my base, because the last time I did a survival world, I wanted all my farms close to my base, so they were always running, but that meant it was very laggy all the time. So I'm going to learn from those mistakes and put my farm somewhere this direction. This is by far the most annoying part. They have terrible pathfinding skills, and they keep losing interest, and I have so many things on my mountain, I can't even get to the... Oh, Lord help me. Well, I lost a couple to the mountains and another couple to some cave systems, but this should do for now, so that I can finally get started on my sheep farms. Here we go. Blue, light blue, cyan, red, orange, yellow, black, white, light gray, gray, brown, green, lime green, pink, you're beautiful, magenta, and finally, purple. My cute little sheepies are officially in place, and I can now confidently say, objective complete. Okay, so now that the sheep are done, the next step is an iron farm. But before I get into that, I am running really low on food. This is the last of my supplies. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna go vegetarian. You know, I got so many farms around the area now, and I just hate hurting these adorable little sheepies and my animals in the pens. They deserve a nice life, you know? So I'm gonna go around collecting some food, and I'll be right back.
All right, pull your hatchets out. Chop, 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 chop. Swing, 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 swing. Swing, 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 swing. Uh-oh, here come the po-po. Too much murder.
Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, iron farm. Alright, so for the iron farm, I'm going to be following the tutorial of this gentleman here. And as you can see, the material list is a lot more demanding than the sheep farm. So I have got a lot of work cut out to me. And here are the materials that I need. I did end up changing a couple things, such as I'm using stone brick instead of deep slate stone brick, because I'm not rich, and deep slate is a pretty building block for my actual builds, so I am not going to waste it. So just stone brick. And then I also have some extras, like I don't need this many rails, and I was only supposed to get just over a stack of glass, but I got 2 stacks, and so on and so forth. But this should cover everything that I'm going to need. And now I just gotta transport all of it over somewhere that way. So I will be right back with the start of the build. Alright, I'm here. Let's get cracking. Okay, the bulk of the building is done. I just need to do the painstakingly annoying task of getting villagers in there, which I'm not at all excited for. I need 3 in each chamber, so yeah. I really hate working with villagers. So I'm just building the track, but something just occurred to me. Where exactly am I building the track to? Because I don't think that I have any extra villagers. I don't know what I did with them after I finished, the breeding chamber I used to have on top of the hill. I have no idea what I did. I don't think I have a single villager anywhere besides the ones I'm using for my librarian masons. So I don't know what to do. Okay, after a quick inspection, I found 2 villagers in my enchanting room. This guy I always had here because I didn't have an efficiency villager, because I forgot, so I got him real quick. But this other guy seems to have just made himself a home. So there's 2, and I don't really care about these 2, so they are my breeding people. Wonderful. Problem solved. See? Nothing to worry about. Just gotta spend like a half an hour breeding villagers. Maybe more. Yeah, I'm not really excited for that. Some amount of time later, and I have 12 villagers. I just put the breeding chamber down at the bottom of the hill here, because it's right next to my track. And so now it's going to be nice and easy to just transport them over. So, fingers crossed, I have no hiccups from here on out. Villagers 1, 2, and 3. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh! Anyways, villagers 4, 5, and 6. Oh, we're 3/4 of the way there. No, it just doesn't have the same ring to it. Villagers 7, 8, and 9. 3 more to go. That was almost extremely annoying. Not sure the gravity makes much sense here, but I am not complaining. Crisis averted. Final villagers are in place. We got Mr. 10, Mr. 11, and Mrs. 12. My favorite villagers of them all. You know why? Because it means it's over, and I don't have to deal with them anymore. And it also means that this farm is very, very close to being fully functional. Just a couple more steps to go. Okay, everything is done, and now all that is left is getting a zombie on the minecart. And I'm in a race against time here, because I want to get this track done before it hits night. And I think I'm just going to let it drop onto the track, because it's supposed to be going that way. Hopefully. It seems right to me, so that's the plan. I'm just going to get myself a zombie. And this should hopefully go smoothly, although you never know. I see a million creepers, spiders, and even some skeletons, but not a single zombie. How is that even possible? The only night that I need a zombie. Oh! I see my victim. Come to Papa. Come on. Ooh, you have armor. I prefer you. You're mine. Okay, just gotta snatch and grab. Just lure him in like he's a child and I'm a piece of candy. That's a little disturbing, isn't it? I'm just pretending I didn't say that. But he's mine, he's shiny, and I want him. Oh, okay. I got a little bit of... He's got some bodyguards. That's alright. Marksman of the year over here. Self-proclaimed. Okay, I think I'm good. Get the minecart. Get him near the track. Get him in. Yes! Oh, and now take some hits. It's okay, because I'm full nether right now. This is going much better than it did when I needed a zombie for when I breeded originally. Up he goes. Did he go on the track? He's on the track. Yes! Oh, and I'm getting golems. Oh, but it spawned on the floor. Oh no. Is my... Oh no. Oh. Oh. I think my farm is not high enough up. The ground is too close. I mean, some are spawning up there. Good. There's my first iron golem, but he should not be there. That is bad. And I'll have to fix that. Shoot. Okay, but that's fine. Farm is functional. Golems are spawning. Oh, get them! I didn't know golems attacked Enderman. Anyways, not the point. I'm gonna fix my farm so nothing spawns on the ground, and I'll be right back. But the good news is, it's functional. Woo! Okay, I flattened out the surrounding area with taller bits, and the farm now appears to be working as intended. Which is lovely, because after building this farm, getting like the minecarts and the hoppers for the chests and everything, I have a single iron nugget to my name. I used every last bit of iron I have for this, and if we take a look at this chest, this is going to be all from the last, 10 minutes when I was flattening this out and put the zombie in. Look at that! Already over a stack. That is excellent news. So, this thing is pumping out iron golems left and right, which is absolutely amazing. So, this is probably the most important farm I'm doing today, because iron is something that I find myself constantly needing, and I never have it, so now I will have, as much iron as I could ever want. But that is not all for today. No, there's more. Next up, we have the sugarcane farm, which will probably be a lot easier, but I know I'm going to need a lot of materials. And what materials am I referring to, you ask? These. Mostly the hard part was the observers and the pistons. And I actually have 4 times as many materials as I need, approximately. Because I'm doing 4 layers of this sugarcane farm, because I ain't no chump. You know, I want as much sugarcane as possible, and most things rounded out to a stack if you multiplied it by 4. So I figured it would work out. So I'm just going to get the first layer done super quick here, in little jump cuts, and then we'll do the rest in time-lapse. Okay, well, I'm so great at this whole YouTube thing, and I lost all the footage of what I was doing. And yeah, anyways, it's done. I guess it doesn't matter too much if you don't see the process, because it's pretty self-explanatory, I think. Just plop them down side by side. And I'm going to move on and pretend like I didn't just lose all the footage. So, yeah, it's done. The tutorial that I followed for the sugarcane farm is from the lovely Mr. Waddles, who you should definitely check out, because he's better than me in pretty much every way. So I'm sure you will enjoy his content. And yeah, it's not the most efficient thing in the world, and it was never supposed to be, because this is so far all I have, just this 17 sugarcane in this chest. So it's going to take a lot of AFKing to actually get a good amount, but it's not too bad. It does the job. And I've got some slightly bad news for you. If you remember from the start of the video, I had this list of objectives, and after the sugarcane came gold, and that was going to be the last farm I did today. But I have a small problem. I'd realized that I can't possibly build my gold farm without shulker boxes and an elytra, which I do not have at the moment, because the farm that I plan on building uses thousands and thousands of magma blocks and other items, and I am simply not going to do that one inventory at a time, traveling up to the roof and dropping them off in chests. It sounds terrible. And if I fall off while building the farm, which is way up in the sky, then I can say goodbye to this entire world, because I don't have an elytra. So yeah, I refuse to build this gold farm until I go to the end, so I'm saving it for next episode. But in the meantime, I still want to do a 5th thing, because I promised 5 things, so I'm going to do 5 things. And it's just going to be a gunpowder farm instead, because I'm still going to need that for rockets come next episode, so it should come in handy. And, by the way, quick sidetrack before I get into that. I've been doing some AFKing overnight and for a few hours yesterday in the middle of the day. And I've collected just a few blocks of iron. Yeah, this thing's amazing. It's the best thing I've ever built. This is all the iron I'm ever going to need, just right here. It is awesome, and it looks pretty cool. Anyways, let's get that gunpowder farm done so I can finally wrap up this video. For this farm, I'll be following the tutorial of a guy named Dusty Dude. And the beauty of this farm is that it's very simple. It doesn't need all sorts of random redstone and all that stuff. All it needs is a crap ton of cobblestone and a crap ton of trapdoors. And the best part about that is I now have all the iron that I could ever need. So I have a nice beacon that I don't know. There it is. Nice fully charged beacon. So I got haste 2. I obviously have an efficiency 5 netherite pickaxe. So I got all that cobblestone for like, I don't know, 10 minutes of mining max. So it is not a problem at all. And the other thing is I have a lot of dark oak. So I can easily make as many trapdoors as I can possibly need. Because if you recall from a previous episode, I demolished an entire dark oak forest. So I've got as many more of these as I need. So basically, I'm just gonna make it probably 10 layers tall. Haven't really decided yet, but shouldn't be a problem. Just a lot of copy and pasting, really. And I looked around a lot for the right creeper farm for me. And I ran into issues because I do not want to build my creeper farm over there. Because with a creeper farm, you specifically have to be like a bunch of blocks in the sky, and it'll only really load in the creeper farm. So it's kind of pointless to put it with the rest of them. And then also, I would have to put it over like in the ocean, I was thinking, because that I don't have to light up as many caves and that stuff. But then it would be all on its own, and I would have to go specifically over there to get my gunpowder. So my compromise is I'm just going to build it here. It's going to be running all the time when I'm in my area. It shouldn't cause very much lag because it's just, mobs spawning like normal. and I should be constant flow of gunpowder, and if I really need lots, I will have an AFK spot up in the sky, where I can stand to make it even more efficient. So that is the solution I have gone with. I'm going to make a giant creeper farm. I will be right back. Please enjoy this time lapse. For real this time. Alright, I have finished the farm, and I have done some AFKing just overnight, so I could see how efficient the farm is, and I seem to have made myself a few friends. Yeah, looks like the sun's going up, so I think I'm just gonna let him burn. I don't feel like dealing with that right now. Yes, burn. I hope you suffer. Aw, those poor little guys, they burnt in the sun. How unfortunate. Anyways, let's go see what my farm managed to do overnight. Oh my, that is super promising to walk into. Holy. Well, judging by that, I'm gonna guess this farm has been doing pretty well. Oh yeah, and I should mention, I did change all this to cobblestone off camera, just to make it look a little nicer and not so stony, although I just replaced it with more stone now that I think about it, but you know what I mean, it looks better than it did before. Anyways, let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, 2 full double chests. 3. Oh, holy, I was almost overflowing. Yeah, I got some spares in the hoppers back there. Oh my goodness. This is what I had before I AFK'd overnight. But that is way better than I expected. I don't think I'm going to have to do any more AFKing up there. I'm just going to let it run for the rest of the time, and this should be lots. Awesome. Yes. Yeah, anyways, so I finished the farm. It's not the prettiest thing ever, as I assumed it wouldn't be. And I would not recommend looking down here, because I did not bother to do any form of terraforming. It's just floating. But beyond that, you can see that it functions very well. And these Endermen, I swear to God, are driving me crazy. I specifically need this moss here. That's the whole point. And the Endermen keep taking everything. Oh my goodness, that's frustrating. I gotta sort that out. But, anyways, the farm is complete. That is all of my objectives done, and I can finally end today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed the episode today. I'm sorry that I never got to do the gold farm that I planned on doing, but I think the gunpowder farm was probably more beneficial for the early term, so I think it was a good idea in the end. And next episode, I think I'm going to be doing some end raiding, and I'm going to actually build up that gold farm. So tune in for that. Please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting if you liked the video. And I hope to see you in the next one.